Hey, so as will soon become obvious, the video that this is was recorded quite a few weeks ago now, while I was still at uni, and yeah, sorry about that. Now obviously it should have gone up however many weeks ago when I was still at uni, but stuff got in the way. But the reason that I'm putting it up now is because on Thursday I am going to Amsterdam with the archery club, and the video is about the archery, so I thought I'd get this one up before that happened, because when I come back from Amsterdam I'm bound to have more things to say about archery-ness. So think of this as an introduction or something. I don't know. Why am I saying words? But anyway, video, here it is. Enjoy, whatever. Bleh. So I did a video the other week about Life Scouts and like some sports badges that I have or shouldn't have. And one of the ones that I talked quite a bit about and cut most of it out was archery. As I'm sure I've mentioned before, I started archery when I came to university, and I went to a taste session at the beginning of term 1 and I've been doing it ever since. And I wanted to talk about it some more because at the weekend, last Saturday, I was at a competition in Telford for the archery. If you've been at university or at university, you've probably heard of BUCS, which stands for British Universities and Colleges Sport something. That's what the initials stand for. I don't know what the little words in between are. So there are loads of different competitions for loads of different sports, and universities can win BUCS points, and obviously the university with the most points wins. So last Saturday I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning to get on a coach to go about an hour away to Telford to shoot in the 9 o'clock session. That's why I had to get up at 5:30, which was fun. It was a bit weird because I'm used to shooting in the games hall here, which, you know, is kind of your average sized games hall, maybe a bit smaller. And then I got to Telford and there's this massive warehouse place. I'm sure it's the Telford International Centre, so I'm sure it's used for lots of different things, but essentially it's just a massive space, and there are loads and loads of archers. There were 52, I think, target bosses up, which was just crazy insane for someone who's never been to something like this before. I was on number 42. The only reason I can remember that I was on 42 was because, of course, it is the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything. And the other reason that I wanted to make this video was because, for the competition, because we had to leave at 7 o'clock in the morning, at the very latest. It was after 7 when we left, predictably. But because of this, we couldn't get into the games hall to get our equipment out, so we had to have all our stuff with us. And because I haven't been to a session since, because there hasn't been one that I could go to, I still have my longbow, which is not my longbow, it's the club longbow, but I wanted to show you. And that is why I'm over here with the terrible lights, because I haven't shown you my room properly, but there's 2 levels to it. It's awesome. So I've got my desk down here and everything, and that's where I make videos and stuff, and then you can see the stairs in the background. The stairs go up to where my bed is, and there's kind of this bit of the room, there's only the top level isn't there. There are massive windows behind me, which is why the light's probably so terrible. But anyway, I'm here because the longbow is really, really big, and this is the only place where I can hold it up and not be in danger of damaging something. Like I said, it's a club longbow, which means that really it's probably too big for me, because apparently longbows are generally about the height of the person that's using them. So mine should probably only be this sort of height, but add about half a foot to that, and that is how tall this is. I possibly shouldn't string it, but I think I'm going to anyway. No one will ever know. I mean, it's not like these videos go on the internet or something. Again, because it's a club longbow, it's not the best quality. It's made of bamboo. Well, the front wood is bamboo. I'm not sure what the wood on the back is. So this is my longbow. It's, despite it being the club's, I am quite possessive over it. There's only one other person who shoots longbow as a novice, so he's the only other person who uses it, and we're both quite possessive over it. I can't really do anything with it now that it's up, but this is what a longbow looks like if you have not seen a longbow before. It's essentially just a stick of wood with a string attached to it. As a general rule, it's fairly difficult to shoot, which is why I'm doing it, even though I've only done archery for 2 terms nearly. See, this is why I needed the 2 level of room, because that's currently poking up above the ceiling upstairs. So yes, that is my longbow. I've club longbow. And I should mention that if you start archery, you won't be shooting a longbow, because I wasn't when I started. You start off shooting recurve, which is what most people shoot, and it's called recurve because instead of just being sort of a stick, it does that. It, like, the ends curve back on themselves, so it possibly looks more like the kind of bow that you might think of in your head when I say bow. So yeah, longbow is supposed to be harder to shoot the recurve, but they had like trial sessions at the beginning of this term, and I really wanted to have a go, and I had a go, and it turned out that I was actually quite good at it. So I kind of stuck with it, and it meant that I could go to competitions like the one last Saturday, because there are so few people shooting longbow that I kind of get to go by default. Although I know people will keep telling me that I shouldn't put myself down, I am apparently quite good. But when I was shooting recurve, I was nowhere near the top novices, so I would never have got to go to a competition. And now this is the point where I show off just a little bit, because when we were at the competition on Saturday, we were shooting in the first session, and we had to hang around all day for the results. So you got the results on the day. They were tallying everything up as everyone went along. It seemed like it was a bit of a logistical nightmare slightly. We had a runner to come and collect our running totals, who was a bit annoying. Sorry. And there were medals awarded for each category, and because I was shooting novice female longbow, there were only 2 people shooting novice female longbow, which meant, given that they handed out gold, silver, bronze, which meant that I was guaranteed a medal, which is somewhat comforting. However, I did come out with a gold one, which is quite nice. I'm not going to wear it because I just look like an idiot. But yeah, I got a gold medal. I have a gold medal. I have a gold medal in sport. What is this? So that's that. I'm sure I will be making more videos about archery soon, because pretty soon we move outside. We start shooting outside. I mean, how awesome is that? I mean, once I get outside I might not be saying that, because I've been warned that the longbow is not particularly powerful when we're shooting really long distances outside. You obviously will have to adjust the height slightly to make sure that it flies that little bit further. Only with a longbow, the slightly turns into and that might get a bit wearing. So long and short of it, I'm sure you'll hear me complaining about it sometime in the future, and I apologise in advance. But I love archery, so you're just gonna have to live with it, as you're just gonna have to live with this. Which obviously, if you're watching this, you are. And thank you, because I imagine that living with me is not going to be easy, given that essentially what I am is a small child. I'm gonna stop rambling now. So, see you next time.